All right, so spiritual awakenings and getting stuck in the cycles, getting kind of just stuck at a dead point, of not knowing where to go, what to do. There's a lot you need to know, a lot from different realms of thinking. Um, your mind goes as far as you want it to go. Um, with that being said, if you're in the middle of a spiritual awakening or feel like you're being awakened or in the middle of any type of like conscience working or anything ethic wise, to psychology wise, like any realms of thinking, this video you can probably get something out of, which also is going to inform you as well about narcissism, empaths. Same old, doesn't matter what you are, what side of the fence you are, it's the same thing. Because believe me, guys, there's a lot of empaths out there that are narcissists. And I don't mean cutthroat narcissists, and I don't mean full blown out narcissists, but they definitely carry some narcissist traits or a little bit of energy rub off, however you want to make it seem understandable in your head. But for anyone to be aware of a narcissist, they definitely had to be affected by a narcissist, which obviously a lot of people don't want to admit things about themselves, but obviously rubbed off your own self and energy. And so, just basically saying dealing with a narcissist is like dealing with the same thing that you mirrored and you dressed on upon yourself, um, which is normal and natural. It's what the human mind does, it's what the brain does, it's what we all don't understand. Going through this spiritual awakening has enlightened me a lot, not only just in the religion aspect of things, but just the whole process itself is very enlightening to understand like what's on the other side through each gateway. Because believe me, guys, there is gateways and there is a stairway to heaven, so to speak. Um, and we're all lacking that. We're all missing that. Everybody's being stuck in the same gateway, which the gateway to me is phase two. You realize that change is needed in your life. You realize it's time for a different way of living and thinking and just changing everything from negative to positive, which you'll find yourself in a religion, either religion you want to think of. Doesn't matter if it's your own religion or anything, it's still religion. And so you're going to find it that it all speaks and has the same viewpoint. It all speaks truth. It all speaks good. It all speaks how you should be treating humanity and the world and projecting it back and forth to others as well. So you're always going to find yourself stuck in that. But there is a door out of that as well. And I don't mean, oh, leave the church behind. No. It's like a school. It's like an education that we never got to have ourselves. It's an education that was never offered through any type of school district or anything like that, except for like Catholic Church and Catholic schools would kind of study their own, religion and intertwine it with the education system itself that is acquired by the School Board of Education, whatever they accept and approve. And so it's basically another gateway, another way of learning how to live. Because there's only two ways to live in the world, that's either negative or positive. Once you start noticing the change and that you need it, which is phase one, basically understanding that you're stuck in a cycle, you need to do something to get out of that cycle and understand the different, behaviors that other people offer that you end up picking up yourself. That's being aware of your surroundings. And so beginner conscious thinker and awakened self, that's phase one. Phase two is finding your belief, trying to change it, trying to change the roots, trying to change the system within your own mind, trying to reprogram your mind. Now, reprogramming your mind ain't easy. It's a process, but it's a very delicate process, and it can't be done too aggressively and thoroughly. It has to be done like with the flow of a feather, basically with compassion, with ease, all those things. Because it is your mind, it's your brain, it's yourself, it's your wealth, it's what you think about yourself, it's what you, dress up every day and have to bring out into the reality of the world. And if your reality isn't a reality, if it's just an illusion, well, then it affects you more because you're trying to build and create a character like an avatar that ain't really necessary to build and create anyways, because it's only what we were taught to do as children. So, there's a lot of processes through spiritual awakening, and the big ones I want to talk about right now are what I talked about, a little bit already, which is phase one, phase two. But phase two is very important, being stuck in that gateway, knowing that when do you get out of that gateway and start actually doing for yourself, start actually throwing your passions with your reality to, kind of intertwine, intermesh your dreams with your reality to turn it in to what you see it as. And that's, getting out of that gateway system, because that gateway system is like an education. Church, anything speaking good, which is awesome. It's exactly how we create the change within society itself. Because that's one thing you want to spread is the knowledge, the good opening, any type of history from Christ or Jesus or God or any biblical matter at that is good knowledge. It helps everybody understand and transitions through the laws of how to live in a very ghost writing type of way. And so, living with nature itself and abiding by the laws of nature is an awesome thing, and it needs to be taught and studied by others to understand the differences between good and bad. Because until then, people are always just going to be kind of stuck in a process that isn't even meant to stay in forever. It's meant to teach you. It's meant to transition you. It's meant to set you on your own to actually go within you. And that's one thing that the churches or religions really do not teach you. They don't teach you the duality of things. They don't teach you how to go within yourself and heal yourself and fix yourself, forgive yourself, let go of the olds, reborn the new. Because of the way they teach it is more of a material outsert type of way that they're throwing it amongst the people, which is great. Like I said, it's always a good thing to learn all the good in the world, and every religion offers it, and that's